for joining us. I'm Sue.
And I'm Michael, and this is a close-knit family. We are, it is Thursday, December 10th, 2020. This is Season 3, Episode 7. And can we just say, Happy Hanukkah!
Happy Hanukkah to anyone who's celebrating and
Yeah. We are a knitcast from Armstrong in the North Okanagan region of British Columbia, Canada, following our ongoing yarn and knitting addiction.
So, all right, things that are going on. I don't know if you had a chance to see it or whatever, but I did do my stash dive. And I recorded that, and you'll see some of the results of that today. Here's what I have to tell you, though. I literally cut out 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I cut it in half.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you know, there was a lot of, what should I do with this?
Yeah.
What if I know. Yeah, anyway. So if you thought maybe that would seem, it's because, yeah, I saved you.
Yeah.
From a lot of crap. Yeah, and I sold those Jester's leggings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
a friend. So I showed those in the last one, and a friend wanted them for her daughter, and it was really embarrassing because she came to pick them up. Now, she's a fellow knitter, but didn't want to knit them. So she came to pick them up, and literally, as I'm handing her the bag, I realized I hadn't woven in the ends.
Oh, no.
And she was paying me. So anyway,
Yeah.
So I said, oh my God, I didn't weave in the ends. And she said, that's okay, I'll do it. So
Aw.
I don't know if she knew what she was getting herself into.
Oh, no.
Anyway, that happened. The other thing is, again, you may have seen the video. I have been trying to make candy.
Oh, yeah. Did you actually put that up as a public video now?
I did. Well, I put it up on this channel.
Okay.
Yeah, now that I, fixed the video so
Okay.
that it wasn't super bad.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, okay. Well, there
Anyway,
you go.
you carry on.
So I made candy with Melissa, and it was a complete, okay, let me rephrase. It was a disaster from a candy making point of view. It was a disaster. But from like a candy eating point of view,
It's quite good.
it was all right. And then since I did that video, I tried again with learning from my mistakes the first time around. And I tried again. And where'd it go? And I made more candy. And this time, if any of you have watched like Hard Rock Candy Makers, we watch Sticky in Australia. They're so much fun because their business was built around entertaining while making candy. So and they do live streams, so you can communicate with them and stuff while they're making the candy, and that's lots of fun. So if you've ever paid any attention to anything like that,
I haven't actually had any of that yet.
Oh, you should have one.
I should have one.
Here, have
Thank
candy.
Yeah, this is.
Oh, I'm trying to find one where you might have a chance of seeing. No, there is a different color in the center, but what happened was when I added the flavor, it's blueberry flavor. When I added the flavor, it turned all of the candy purple. I had planned on making blue and green candy, but it turned all of the candy purple.
Oh, yeah.
So from a success with candy making, this is much, much better. And it would have been even better if I'd had a partner when I made this second round too. So, and I've got, there were some things that still didn't work the way I wanted them to, and I'm working towards that. I'm flashing my red and white fingernails.
Nice.
This is covering up my face. Okay, you can't really see them. Anyway, this is what I wanted to make, and they turned out okay. And then I just knew I was going to have to struggle to get this hand. So I said, I'll just do red. Because white sucks. Anyway. Oh, and if you're new, I'm a gel nail tech. Not working right now. But maybe soon. Oh, there's light at the end of the tunnel. And...
Okay.
Do you want to...
Did you talk about this at all?
No.
Or? Okay. Yeah, I'm finishing up school for this term. I have 4 finals in the coming week. One of my courses doesn't have a final. It just had a final presentation that's already done, and I did much better in that course than I expected myself to.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
Well, have you got your final mark?
For that course, yes.
Are we sharing it?
82.3.
Nice. Good job.
In my weakest subject, so
good. Can I ask which subject it was?
Communications. What do you think it was, Mom?
Okay. All will be revealed. Yeah. And Melissa has finished her first part of her course towards becoming a paralegal. And it was the legal assistant. So she is a qualified legal assistant now, but she's carrying on with her education to, keep going to become a paralegal. So that's where that is. Because her course, it just keeps going. Yeah. It's not like a typical college course where you've got your fall semester, your spring semester, your summer semester, or winter and spring, whatever. Anyway, it goes and goes and goes and goes. Yeah. And you wanted to talk to me about your needles? What's going on?
A little bit. So this also goes a little bit into our whip.
Well, let's just talk about your needles.
Yeah. So I have some very nice wooden Knitter's Pride needles that I am using on one of my whips, and it's not going to show up because it is very slight, but it has developed a sliver. Right up there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's of course the wrong. Well, either way, it would be the wrong way. And I was just, for fellow newer knitters, if you have wooden needles and if they develop a sliver, a slitter? If they develop a sliver, what are your options? And to be clear on what I mean by a sliver, I mean so some of the wood has kind of broken off.
This is a big old crack, because I was gonna say you could, if it was just like a little sliver, you could try sanding it with some really fine sandpaper. But the problem with that is you risk raising more slivers.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, really with this one, so
it doesn't really, well, here, let's.
Well, you can kind of see there.
Oh,
you
there
can
it is.
see
There
that
it
it's
is,
broken there.
Yeah.
And there's all sorts of yarn and stuff stuck in there.
Yeah.
You really don't have any option but to get new needles.
Okay. Good to know.
Get metal.
Yep.
I love wood needles.
Yes.
Oh my God, I love wood needles, but I've kind of fallen back in love with metal needles too. So
I have some, I'm not sure what they're called. They're like the metal tipped.
Yeah, those carbide.
Carbide, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are unfortunately too large to just hot swap onto this, but yeah. They're too thick.
Right. And Dad's going to be, are those 2.5s?
I measured them the other day, and they're 2.5 millimeter, yes.
Yeah.
US size, they're US size 2, which is 2.5 millimeters.
Okay. So
the other ones are size 3.
Dad's going to be starting socks, or you could use...
I'll just go and pick up my own needles.
His. On the other hand, you're on a time...
Well, we've kind of, yeah.
Oh, okay. You've given up on that?
A little bit, but, still going to get them done as soon as I can. Anyway.
So the other thing that's going on is there's a crochet along that's found at Nana's Crafty Home, and it's for a shawl with pockets.
Ooh, it's got pockets?
I know. It's got pockets. And it's quite a boho kind of a thing, which is right up my alley.
Boho.
Bohemian.
Oh, okay.
So I have joined that, and with my friend Bryn, who I met at our knitting night. Yeah, Bryn started as a crocheter, and then she ended up starting to work at a Twist of Yarn in Vernon.
Yep.
I'm pointing because
Vernon's that's
where it is, as opposed to the Twisted Pearl that is there, and Knit 2 Yarns that is there.
There's nothing that way yet.
Well, there was.
Ooh.
But it closed.
Oh.
Anyway. When she started at a Twist of Yarn, she took up knitting.
Oh. Was she a crocheter before that, or none of the above? Okay.
Knew nothing about knitting. We kept telling her you're going to end up joining. And it happened. Anyway, so that's I'll be talking a little bit more about that later. But if you are a crocheter, Nana's Crafty Home, it's a free pattern, and yeah, it's a shawl with pockets.
I might send that to my friend. She crochets. Anyway.
Oh, who? Okay, don't say their name if you don't want to.
I don't think you've got them anyway. So.
Okay. So I think that's sort of the general stuff. What's next?
Yarnquisitions. This has been Yarnquisitions.
Yeah, you saw my stash. I don't need to. And you know what? There wasn't even any, and that's my stash. Mike has a separate one. There wasn't, I actually, there was yarn that I didn't include in that because it's either like, no, I don't think I was working on anything at that point. But some of it, anyway, is tucked under the table right in front of us here. And some, anyway.
Okay.
So, yeah, no quisitions.
Alrighty. That brings us to foes. This has been foes. Finished objects.
Yeah, pretty much. Finished objects. Yeah. But
we got a lot of whips.
And there's hope.
And there is hope.
For foes in the future.
Ooh.
Yeah. But yes, whips.
Whips.
Works in progress.
Do you want to start or shall I?
Guess I can start.
Yeah, you got the most.
I guess I can start. So, the crochet along that I'm working on.
Oh, that is very nice.
So
I've seen this cast on. I haven't actually seen where we're at now.
So this is okay, don't pull on it. Oh well, whatever. They're easy stitches. This is where I am at so far. So in the pattern calls for a single background color.
Okay.
And then with 2 different colors for like the baubles and the ziggy zags. But I am using, oh, that is something that's not here. I am using which featured in my stash dive. I am using Juniper Moon Moonshine, which it's a really nice alpaca. So it's baby alpaca, wool and silk.
It's alpaca.
It's absolutely, it's so nice.
Oh yeah, I feel the alpaca now. Yeah.
So nice. It's so slippery and squishy and wonderful.
I'm beginning to be able to tell different materials apart by feel. So yeah,
and it's got a lovely sort of shine to it, a little bit of fuzz, and I'm looking. So this is obviously one end of it, and then there's pockets that go on here at the end. So when you wear it, right, you got the shawl. And then it's got pockets to keep your hands warm. And I am thinking of this as the most amazing camping thing. Because it's going to be warm and...
caught in your hair.
Caught in everything.
There you go.
So what have I learned so far? I know more about crocheting than I realized I did.
Okay.
So, this bottom row, these, what I've done as diamonds, aren't supposed to look like that.
Oh.
I did them wrong. So on this next section up here, which is the same pattern again, I'm
doing them correct.
Well, I'm hoping to do them correctly.
Right.
So this is a better. So I'm going to, in my next row, I'll do the top half of those. But what's supposed to have, they're supposed to be kind of braided. So they're supposed to cross over like this.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
As opposed to being
diamonds.
Yeah.
Okay.
As opposed to being diamonds. So I'm going to try and do it right this time.
Alrighty.
Yeah. And what else did I... So, yeah, I learned how to do the double crochet when I was probably in brownies or something. And I made granny squares for years. So, this is double crochet, single crochet, and a treble, which is easy to learn how to do.
Okay, then.
And I'm sure there's going to be more coming because it's considered a sampler kind of thing because you do a whole bunch of different stitches.
Gotcha.
It's just so satiny.
What'd you say? Alpaca and silk?
Alpaca, wool, baby alpaca, wool and silk. Yeah. Anyway, so
nice.
That is...
Put it all up in my beard.
That is that.
I need to trim. Oh, man.
We can watch Mike trim his beard.
No.
Okay.
No.
Mike said no. And just while we're on the crochet train, I have done a few more rows on this one.
Okay.
On that I showed last time.
Yes.
And I thought I had it. I've told you about my ongoing desire to try to now fit these circles in.
Yeah.
And
maybe
it's not going to work the way I want it to work.
Oh.
Let's put it that way.
Okay.
It's not going to work the way I want it to work.
Okay.
So the only way I'm going to fit these circles in is if I actually make them squares and sew them on. I don't find that idea terribly appealing, but we'll see what happens. So,
alrighty.
But for right now, because I'm doing the crochet along, which means I kind of have to keep up, this one's a little bit on the back burner. Not gone, just on the back burner.
Alrighty.
So all the yarn for that wasn't included in my stash dive, which I guess it wouldn't have counted for stash dive anyway.
No, because it's not in your stash.
Because I'm using it.
Yeah.
Okay, go figure. Your turn?
Sure. So, I decided, perhaps a little too late, that I wanted to knit my friend some socks for Christmas. And so, I've been working on that pretty hard during my last couple lectures, and I'm already here...
During his lectures, right?
Yeah.
82%. No, I'm kidding. 82 is great.
Yeah, and here's where one of them is at right by now. It's already got the heel turn, and the flap is done. And
what's your yarn?
So this is using a Crazy Zobber Ball. Crazy Zobber Ball from Sheppel. Anyway, it is what is it? 75% superwash, 25 polyamide. 25. Wait, what? Anyway, so it's a Zobber Ball that Mom very kindly gave me for these, so that I could...
I'm covering up your face.
Yeah.
Hi! How do you like me so far?
So I could knit these for my friend, who I asked them what kind of colors they like, and they said blues and greens and purples. Purple is not represented, but anyway. And the contrast color is from Hedgehog Fibers. It is, nope, that is not this. That is the old tag for what used to be in this bag. It is Diamond Luxury Tradition Sock, 42 wool, 51 acrylic, 7 nylon. This is what that looks like. Some of you may remember I was doing a knit-along a while ago for a scarf that was like following an RPG
like
story.
an RPG, yeah.
This is the yarn that I have left over from not completing that.
RP knit-along.
Yes. Yes, a role-playing knit-along.
Yeah.
I
think
didn't.
the idea is great.
Yeah.
It just needs to be...
I wasn't having particular fun with that one.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And it was double knit, which makes it...
but it didn't have to be double knit. Anyway, yeah, and then the other one where I still have the entire heel to do, and when I realized that I had a sliver in my needles. So
we'll get new needles and...
Yep, and away I go again.
Off you go. Okay.
And yeah, I've put down autumn colors because this was on a bit of a time crunch, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get these to their intended recipient by Christmas anyway, but I'm still going to work on them as fast as I can.
Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think you're really enjoying autumn colors.
It's the same thing over and over again.
I know. So you don't have to finish it.
Yeah, I know, but I want to finish it.
But you're allowed to not finish it. Oh, yeah. I just noticed this. So I did finally block Lily.
Mm-hmm. This is a faux.
So, well, yeah. And it's possible. I want to try it on again one more time.
You didn't have the neck last time?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
It was all done. It just wasn't blocked.
Okay.
I might unpick the armhole seams and do them again because they're a bit tight.
Okay.
But what I'm not sure about is if that's a result of my steeking or my mattress stitch. So I got to think about that. See what's the right thing to do. Okay. So I too have said I wanted to start socks, and if you watched the Stash Dive video, this is one of the socks, or one of the yarns that I pulled out that I said I was interested in using was the Allison Barnes.
Yes. Struggle and Strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yarn, and so yes, I went ahead and I decided to use that, and I'm knitting. So I love the way these are coming out. Those little shots of white through the yarn is beautiful. It's
very nice.
So of course, yeah, it's not a self-striping yarn. No. I'm doing 10 rows of each color. And I'm, loosely following the Because Mom Told Me To pattern,
right? Which
Mike keeps bringing to me and saying, Mom, this doesn't make sense, and I don't remember what we did. And yeah, the pattern's completely flawed. It is a recipe. It's
a free pattern that says right at the top, it wasn't testing it.
And it's intended for people who have an idea of how to make socks. And it's just this is kind of what I do to make socks.
Right.
So anyway, those are the socks that I have been working on. Allison Barnes Struggle and Strength socks. They're done on a 2.5 with 64 stitches. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, that's a 2.5 millimeter needle.
We're Canadian, so millimeters.
Yeah. All right. Another thing that I was looking for in my Stash Dive was the yarn that I had frogged from my sweater last summer. And so I started my husband's sweater.
Ooh.
Now I did say, oh shoot, I forgot to look up what this was called. Okay. In a future episode.
Or perhaps it is right here.
Who's editing this?
I can show you how to do it.
So this is a pattern by
this person.
Yeah, it is. And can I just say, yeah, no, she is okay. So in my stash video, I said I was going to be making a cabled sweater. And Lloyd and I sat down and we looked at all sorts of cable-y sweaters. And none of them were quite right. None of them were quite right. So we picked this sweater, which is called that word that you saw before by the designer that you saw before. And I'm super, super happy with the construction of the sweater. This sweater is constructed the way I like to knit.
Yay!
I would construct a sweater like this. So that makes me very happy.
That's good.
So it starts with, you knit the saddle of the top of the shoulder first. So it's knit from here. So it's knit from the center.
Yep.
And you knit out here and then you cast on and down to, this was the part that would sit here at the shoulder.
Okay.
And then you go back and you start with a provisional cast on and then you knit the other side. So now you've just got the strip that goes across the back of the neck and around a little bit. Then you pick up the stitches along here and you knit the back and you do your increases for your armhole when you get down here. Then you pick up your front stitches and you do your increases for your neckline and your increases at the armhole. Then you join in the round and now I'm knitting the rest of the body.
Okay then.
And it's done in a waffle pattern.
Okay.
And again, it's just enough to give it some interest.
Right. Without,
being super overpowering. And the tweed gives it some interest too.
Yeah.
So, that is ongoing. I'm really enjoying knitting this sweater called that. Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll show you how to do all that. It's super easy. You've already done most of the work.
If I had my tablet hand, oh, it's way over there charging. Okay. So yeah, I totally intended to look that up because it's kind of a weird, it's a weird word.
Okay then.
Anyway, you've already seen it.
Yep.
All right. So that, and then Lloyd has decided he wants to make socks.
Yay!
So he saw the socks I was making with the Allison Barnes yarn.
Yep.
And he said, I want to do that. And I said, well, do you want to do exactly the same or did you just want to use a color from it or whatever? So he looked at the yarns and he chose this one, which is a burgundy, purpley, red, purple color. And I thought I had more yarn than I did. And I realized this would not be enough to make a pair of socks. So I will probably have some more to add to this when I finish my socks. But I said, okay, so let's find a contrast for your heels, toes, and cuff.
Yep.
So if necessary, he'll have a really long cuff. But the other thing I said was if you stripe it a bit. So do like, I don't know, 7 rows in this and then do 5 rows in this and it'll help
stretch it out.
Yeah. So when Lloyd feels up to it, he's going to cast those socks on.
Nice.
Now, I thought it was funny because for all of these years that I've been knitting and helping you start knitting and other friends start knitting, when you first get and different cords do different things, but a lot of circular cords they get all kinky
Yep.
and they're hard to work with
Yep.
and stuff. And I've always just sort of muscled through it
Yeah.
or told whoever I'm working with, just work with it. You'll be fine. But no, it was Lloyd. So I've actually fixed the kinks in his cord.
Okay.
And I did that with hot water.
Nice.
So I heat it up. Sorry, I kicked the camera. We did a little wobble there. Heat up water, get the cord in there, straighten it out. And now I have it hanging straight.
That's why it's hanging. Okay.
So that, I mean, it's not straight.
No, but it's
Way
hanging.
better. It's hanging so that it doesn't curl up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm making sure we got all our stuff here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
All right. So, Mike,
Yeah.
what do you bring to the table?
I bring to the table a game that I got over the summer and still haven't had a chance to play yet. Not a lot of people to play with around here. Well, the schedules don't line up. We barely find the time to do this.
Right.
This is a family game, an award-winning family game called Sagrada. Ooh, look at all that, all the gloss, all the shine.
Psychedelic,
man. Sagrada is what is called a dice drafting game. So you'll have a great big pool of dice of various and assorted colors, and they'll all be rolled, so they'll all have a number on them as well. And you're trying to assemble them into a certain pattern following certain constraints to evoke a stained glass window. And you score based on how well you complete your pattern, whether you complete any sort of sub-goals that are provided on these sorts of cards. You have a couple special actions you can do, which will cost dice. And yeah, it's... I picked it up because the people at the store where I picked it up just couldn't. When I asked them, like, okay, what here would you say is essential? They talked about Sagrada for a solid 10 minutes, and I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna pick that up then. Yeah, and yeah, so it's for between 1 and 4 players. Takes about 30 to 45 minutes to play, and it's recommended for ages 10 and up. It's for 1 player. I could have been playing this the whole time. Yeah, Sagrada.
Is really, yeah, and the colors are beautiful. Like the stained glassy colors are very nice.
The whole theme of the game is you're building a stained glass window, so yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah. Sagrada.
Okay, well, we'll have to, that looks like it would be a good one for camping, too.
Yeah.
I'm just, like, not a lot of, like, stuff that's going to blow away in the wind is all I think about.
I mean, yeah. There's all the dice. But...
Yeah, it's true. The dice could go flying. But anyway, that looks like a cool game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think... that is probably it. I'm going to have a piece of candy.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you for joining us today. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Really helps us out here on YouTube to reach a larger audience. Follow us on Instagram, Close Knit Family Knitcast, and join us on Ravelry. All the information for that will be on the... I'm not sure which way it is anymore. The end card and in the description. And as always, keep your knitting close and your family closer. Bye.